Okay, dear innovators, I'm very proud to be here to share some of my thoughts, with you on the emerging trends for the construction industry. So you will ask, where are we, today? Then looking from the McKinsey report a few years ago, it's quite sadly, we are only second to hunting and agriculture in terms of digitization or prefabrication. But throughout, these few years, construction industry has really changed and changed to the better. You look at, the June McKinsey report, the whole sort of paradigm shift is beginning to happen. Look at, the chart that I presented to you right now. Instead of, procuring the contract, one by one, these days, people are really looking into libraries of information to select the product that they need. Instead of procuring project by project, they would be doing a holistic procurement, whereby the intermediate, will be sort of edited out, then maximizing the cost and efficiency. And then you can see a lot of data analytics would be implemented into the project, whereby the FM would be sort of conducted in the most efficient manner once the facility had been completed. Again, you look at this chart, the whole sort of sector had been disrupted. In terms of sustainability, you can then see some 20–30% of the product will be manufactured off-site and in the factories. And then you can then see instead of being the main contracting role, the contractor would be processing the capability of logistics and pulling all the units together, putting all the elements together, whereby maximizing the efficiency and productivity. That's how the construction industry will be disrupted. Again, then, looking at how, the construction would work in the near future, the contract would be procured, as I said, much more partnering. A lot more NEC partnering contract will be conducted, and people would be using a common data environment in various forms. And then standardization would come, and again, this one is very important. Instead of DFMA, Design for Manufacturing Assembly, I would like to emphasize on the logistic part. In fact, you look at the quarantine center that we have just been constructed in Penny Bay. Within 80 days, we have completed 700 quarantine centers. And within a month, we are able to install the whole 700 units together. And more importantly, some 95% of the product would be manufactured in the factory rather than having it on site. Then you can see how much efficiency had been gained, how much time had been gained. So this is really the benefit of it. But then how to get all these 700 units to site, then you need to design, manufacture, and install it on site. Then again, looking at this, there will be a lot more digital project management. So we are adopting the 5G into the system, whereby we know all the units being manufactured in the factory, being in transit or stored in a loading area before they would be installed on site. All would be online, and that's why we can really maximize on the efficiency, whereby great sustainability would be done. So in a nutshell, there will be a lot more digital project management to implement it in the construction process. Then there will be a lot more integration, and platform in various forms will be implemented, either as KPI for the productivity or KPI for the FM would be done. So there will be a lot more libraries of information to be constructed under platforms. And then no doubt the end product would be faster. In the Science Park InnoCell, I was told, we will cut short 4 months already. In the Fire Services Brigade Star Quarter, again, 4 months had been saved. So it really been much cheaper, faster, quality, safety, much greener, and more importantly, the unit or the facility was much more livable. That's what the whole construction would become. And this is not just happen in Hong Kong. It happened in Singapore, in US, in the UK. And also, it was done in the Greater Bay Area, as well. Try to demonstrate this. I just quoted, I just got it, from the YouTube. how it all works. This is, I think, this is a conference, I think, organized by Shenzhen Construction Bureau. Then he invited, I think, CIC to join in and share the experience. This is the video that they have produced. Then you can really see that in the Greater Bay Area. This is a forum, they call it Robotic, AI, and a Digital Management Forum. So whereby then we share our experience, I think, with them. And knowing, I think, how they sort of progress, in fact, they progress really fast. And in terms of DFMA, in Guangzhou, in fact, their project would be earmarked, some 30% need to be DFMA. In Shanghai, they already something like 40%. And it have, in fact, been written in the 13th five-year plan, this integrated modular construction. This is really the national strategy to improve on productivity and efficiency. So this is how it would disrupt the whole world in effect. In fact, Hong Kong is concerned, I think we are really leveraged on the logistic hub of the Greater Bay Area. That's why further integration need to be captured in order to maximize on the sort of benefit. So as I said, we really need to be focusing in the L part. I think it's not just DFMA, it's the DF logistic MA that we need to be focusing. And again, as I said, there will be various of platforms. And the key of the matter now is, I think, people are still struggle to get all this sort of platform to be done. And we are still struggle, what I say, the last 100 meters. How can we, as a team, to connect the technology to the frontline people? Without connecting it to the frontline people, like site foreman or the site agent, nothing can be done, and then you can appreciate it. That's why now the whole world is trying to bridge that gap, and you can then see for our sort of small sort of innovation we have together with innovator, and now make use of this entertainer. We have two in the AMC project by Science Park. We have put in 2 entertainers, and we can then surface the 4 tile cranes already. So it's a lot of benefit. The key thing is we do not need any diesel anymore. We are not polluting the environment. So this is the best thing. Again, of course, there's a lot of data analytics. We can really know how the entertainer, I mean, in efficiency, but more and more is now being transported to the rest of the world for those entertainers. In Hong Kong, now we have around 30, 40 entertainers now. So it would be really progress really fast. And again, as I said, there will be a lot more technology trying to bridge the this last 100 meters. Then I think people are really capturing, using technology, looking at the crashes of the product, I mean, or whatnot. Again, there's a lot of technology sort of around. And then you can see now people are really trying hard to maximize on the last 100 meters. What I'd like to do, I think, now is to conclude by this video. This is really where the trend would become. I'm trying to get the Industry 4.0 coupled with the Construction 2.0 promulgated by the Development Bureau, and try to get the 5G together to make it all work. So maybe let's have a look. As I said, I think Industry 4.0 coupled with Construction 2.0, and then coupled with the 5G. We already have a project that you have 5G operating, I mean, already. Again, we need to be capturing on the BIM. This is one of the projects on Lyric Theatre. You can look at the BIM model. This is how it would be DFMA. The whole unit would be DFMA. And then this is the Science Park Advanced Manufacturing Center. Again, we are using all this digital construction for the operations. So you can then see how BIM, again, so reality is really now 99%, I think, the same. And you can apply, I think, not just to the building contract, but also infrastructural project as well. This is what I meant. I think this DFMA and MIC is really part and parcel of the whole process. And this is the fine factory that we have been producing. It's very common in the UK and in the US. And this is a unit that we are talking about. Within, I think, 80 days, we're able to produce, design, build, and hand over. So 700 units. So this is how it all operates. And now we can use the BIM model, and then with the BIM model, we just can produce by the CNC machine and get all the extrusion out. And then this automatic sort of welding. So this is how I said, how to bridge the gap between technology and the front line. This is really, really important. So again, you can then see, this is the unit I think we sort of captured in our strategic partner in Guangzhou, and then DFLMA to the AMC project, digitally managed. And I said, I think it would apply. This is one of the Tsinghua project, this subsea tunnel, whereby we are able to construct 9,000 units within 5 months. Without this, I don't think we can complete on time. This is how it works. Again, this is because we are transporting a lot of issues, so it will be very wasteful. We transport air, so we have this kits of parts of approach, whereby we pack everything into a container, we ship the whole thing, or we transport the whole thing. That's why this logistics is so important in today's construction. Again, using the B model, we can digitally procure our products, I think, as well. So this is how we work. We have apps whereby we can really manage the whole thing. This is the 5G online center. So our guys can liaise directly with the factory, on site, using an AI to control the safety. People, when they are in a fatal zone, they would then kick them out from the fatal area. This is how it really works. Again, this is how we maximize the cranes of utilization, again, using our own app. So this is nothing that special. So it's really now beginning to kick in the whole process. And this is how we try to get this. This is one of the DFMA. This is one of the 50-ton sort of largest unit on the thermal tank. This is for the Global Switch Data Center in Jinan. Again, this is one of the very first, and people are now beginning to get it onto the M&E sort of products, I think, as well. Again, a lot of sustainability, a lot of efficiency being gained. So this is one of the central Kowloon route. Again, by capturing, I think, all this, we can, again, complete the job much faster and much more sustainable. And all those sort of steel can be reused for some other sort of project as well. So again, quality assurance is of key importance to the building process. In the M+ project, we're able to use our inspector, able to check step by step, and also we use blockchain, and no forms can be missed. We can really definitely control the quality of the part in big time. So this is what I meant by the step by step, process by process, using our inspector. And you can then bolt it onto the BIM model as well. So we know all the data, we can do the analytics. So this is the integrated digital project management we are talking about. In Singapore, they're exactly doing the same thing. This is what I said. I think there will be a single data of truth for the whole team, not just, I think, fragmented. This is how we bring the integrated people all together. This is what I meant really by the smart and digital contractor of choice. So thank you for listening to me.